I didn't even think that there was going to be a third season. I mean, when we shot Holiday Chaos, that was it. That was going to be the last thing for the show, because originally the show was going to end after the contract. And we just decided to keep going. When I asked the guys in November of 2011 if they would be interested in doing a third season, they all said yes. I was a little bit put off by that because I wasn't sure how we were going to pick this up after season 2. I moved away from the set where we shot the first 2 seasons of the series. So it was tough to figure out where we were going to pick this up on. In my very first meeting with Dan and Mike, for when we were going to do season 3, I told them it was going to be an 18-episode deal, and they were a little bit like flabbergasted by that. They're like, "Really, 18? Like we just made 18 episodes. We're going to do 18 more." But that was the original plan, and I thought that we would go in, have the scripts ready, because we had about 4 months before we were actually going to start working on it. And in May of 2012, when the guys showed up to film, I didn't have any scripts yet.
This is the new set. You're not going to see this room too much. You're going to see this kitchen a little bit. The camera's just going to be facing this way.
So good.
There's Mike.
I'm coming.
This is the new main room.
Are you okay?
You're not going to see this corner too much, or that room over there. But just to give you a good idea, this is where all the magic happens.
The main point was, how do we start this season off from where we left off in the previous season? And that took pretty much the whole summer to do. We must have shot maybe 3 different versions of the season 3 premiere, The Tutor.
Oh. I don't know how I'm going to write this. I just don't know how I'm going to write this.
How do I what? Dan came in and he said, "Well, I've got this one story idea." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Well, if Toby is going to be living in here with us, and this is my house now, Toby and Dan have an episode where they actually get to know each other, because we haven't seen that yet in the series. We know how you get along with all of us. Why don't we see that with me and Toby?" And I thought, okay, that could be a good idea. Go ahead and write it.
Look at what you did.
Here, use this.
You made a mess.
Are you filming this?
You made a mess.
I'm sorry.
This is why we can't have nice things on the set. This is why.
Hey, he actually thinks that the remake of Psycho with Vince Vaughn is better than Hitchcock's version.
No, it's just
Wait a minute.
Psycho with
I
Vince
thought it
Vaughn.
was the original. The one with Vince Vaughn. That's
Yeah.
the original.
No,
And
that
Anne
was
Hatch.
the remake, and it sucked.
The one with Vince Vaughn and Anne Hatch?
Here, at least get it off the walls and off the heater and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get it off in between. Actually, it was something that Dan's friend Nick McKean brought up while we were shooting Holiday Chaos, because that's when we started thinking of doing season 3. He said, "I want to see Dan get a love interest." And I said, "You know what? Dan would be the perfect candidate for that, because the way my character is and Mike's character is, nobody would buy that. Nobody would buy that any girl would be in a relationship with my character or Mike's character, Toby. So Dan seemed like the perfect guy, and plus he was this writer and this very poetic kind of guy, so he would be the perfect, pain in the A to go out with, that kind of guy. Any woman who would actually see that. And of course, Toby and I are confused, what does she see in him? Really? So that was perfect.
Hello watchers of Heavy Duty. For those of you who don't know, my name is Julianne and I will be entering this season. And ever since I've come onto the show, I've learned that we have a few rules in this house. 1, there are no napkins. ever allowed. There are no napkins in this house. 2, no referencing Spider-Man anytime. No movies, no comic books, DVD, nothing.
What?
Nothing. I said nothing.
That's what I thought.
Anyway, but things with me and Dan are great. Andrew's lazy as always, so nothing has really changed. So, hi.
Okay, we can use. I remember Mike Franz came in one day and he showed me some pictures of some girls that were interested. He showed me some pictures of girls that liked the show but didn't want to do it. And then he mentioned this girl, Julianne Schaub.
Please?
No.
Come on, this movie understands me. This is an awesome movie.
No, it's not. It's Twilight.
We shot the Twilight episode. We shot the concert right after that, and she made us laugh so hard on the series, and it was great. And that's how that started.
Well, that's great. I'll come over to Dan's house in a half an hour, and we can take my car.
Ah!
Are you for real?
I'm sorry.
Ah!
Merry Christmas, bitches.
We must have done, I don't know how many reshoots of almost every episode in the 3rd season that we did, because when we were shooting, the scripts were never completed. They never were. Sometimes we would start shooting and we didn't even have a script, we just had an idea, which is how we did the 2nd season, and the 1st season too. But when we got to the 3rd season, that's when it started to get very hectic, in a way. And towards the end of filming that 3rd season, there was a lot of stress on all of us. I mean, don't get me wrong. Doing this whole show from day one was stressful. But when we got to the 3rd season, that was a real turning point, because that was a time when I think we started to feel that, you know what, I think this show is going to be over soon. And it slowly turned into this whole thing where writing an episode wasn't fun anymore, filming it wasn't fun anymore, and it was turning into a job in some way, and it was doing something like I didn't really want to do.
Take 2, action.
Did I just hear you say golden piece of craftsmanship of Christmas? It's a star! Put it on the tree! It won't stay on the tree! Then you're clearly doing it wrong.
You know, we all had too much on our hands at that point. Except Elena. Because Elena's, she was 9 years old at the time. She doesn't have, the kind of work that we have to do. She doesn't have a job. So she's got a lot of free time on her hands. So no wonder why she's the only one that wants to keep doing it. Maisie loves being on the set.
She's dead. She can't be on the set.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Maisie's alive and well.
Well, boys! Damn it, I'm really afraid about hitting my head on the floor.
You're afraid about it?
Yeah,
Hello, I'm Andrew Boylan, and I'm here on the set, and we're filming the Halloween episode. The guys aren't here tonight, it's just me. And tonight I'm filming the opening title sequence when we're going to spoof the John Carpenter 1978 film Halloween. Let's go take a look at what we're doing. Okay. This is what you're going to see in the episode. This is the pumpkin, this is the candle we're going to put inside this thing. It's rotten a little bit, you can see that. And it's going to go right here on the tripod, and we're going to turn this off. And with the light in there, it'll look like what you'll see in the final episode. And then we zoom in close and close, and with some room here for the credits, and that's how we do it. It's not that bad. Alright, cut.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the same thing.
I can honestly say, filming that 3rd season, it was hell. But we did it. We did it. And I'm really, really fond of it.